And
Hi.
I have to tell you how this wonderful thing started. I was scrolling through my my Facebook feed, and this gorgeous image came up of this beautiful woman wearing the most incredible accessories and clothing. And I said, I have to find out who this woman is, and I want to talk with her. It turns out she's in my hood.
Oh,
This is what happens when you're on lockdown for 2 years. You don't go out of your house. You don't know what's in your neighborhood. Andrea Saran is the owner of, is it Saran? Did I pronounce it right?
Saran. Yes, that's right.
Saran
Perfect. Uh-huh.
Boutique in Berkeley,
It's
California.
Sarana.
Actually,
Sarana.
are you technically in Oakland or in Berkeley?
I'm technically in Oakland, but the
Yeah,
boutique
technically in
is
Oakland.
Sarana with an A
Right,
on the end.
right.
Sarana. Yes.
And what I describe when we talk in terms of the style types and their combinations, what I wrote to her was that I love what she does because it's a combination of natural, romantic, a little dramatic, and a lot of high spirited. So she's going to take us through her shop today. And your assistant is there with you today too.
Yes. Yes. This is Norma.
Hello, everybody.
I love the glasses.
We're
So
gonna
first
turn
of all, before we look, before we look to see, oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
Let me get this thing. Yes. Welcome to my
Oh,
little
how incredibly
boutique.
gorgeous. Oh,
Thank you. Thank
so
you.
beautiful. So
Well,
before we get into looking at some of the details and some of these incredible things you have there, talk to us a little bit about how you got started in this. Do you travel a lot? Have you always had the travel bug? Have you always loved this type of clothing and accessories?
absolutely. I've always loved this type of clothing and accessories. I'm originally from Wisconsin, the Midwest, and I don't know why I have this pull or this calling to attract myself. I was attracted to beautiful exotic colors and textures. And I don't know where I got it. It didn't come from my family per se, but I found myself in foreign lands from an early age and love to travel. But it was when I went to India when I was young and 32 that I saw the fabrics, the colors, the textures, and I said, I am going to do something with this beautiful culture and people. And I don't know when or how, because I was a backpacker at the time, but I was also a seamstress who'd make my own clothes. So I thought, I will get back here and do something fun with what India serves up. And so here we are, fast forward. But yeah, I love traveling. India has just grabbed my heart in a big way. I think color and texture is the number one reason. So I've learned how to not necessarily speak the language, but speak the culture through fabric.
Right, exactly.
I've learned a lot about what fabrics are made of, how they're printed, how they're dyed, how they're made, which is very different than the industries that we have here in the West.
Right.
So that's been a big eye opener. And so I even got myself a Fulbright grant in the late 90s and lived in India for a year learning these techniques. And as a result of that kind of lifestyle over there for a year, I really locked down with the locals, and now I have friends forever that have been with me since those days. That's, gosh, 25 years ago, right? Yeah.
Well, I would imagine, boy, I think people walk into your store, it's like being a kid in a candy store. They probably just get fascinated with everything they see.
Yes, they get walk in.
So let's take a little tour through it and talk a little bit about some of the specific pieces that you have, where they're from, and
Sure.
anything that's particularly interesting to you.
Well, there are some pieces that we've set up over here that I wanted to show you today because they're representing some of the elements that we had talked about, which is the natural and romantic feel, which my pieces definitely imbibe and exhibit with a splash of drama. So I would be happy to show you what I'm wearing today. I'm often, if not often, always wearing a scarf or a shawl. I love the drama that a big shawl offers. And I'm wearing it really simply around my neck. but we could take it and, get really dramatic with it. And which is what every Indian woman does. So naturally, she wears a shawl. She wouldn't go out of the house without a shawl. Like the women in the 50s who wore their gloves here in our culture. Well, that's Indian culture, shawl culture.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of what Sarana has to offer, are the beautiful scarves and shawls. So I'm wearing, I consider myself to be an autumn in the world of color and design.
Right.
So this is a beautiful dress that I've made, and I've layered it with a tank. And it's earthy because I've worn it with my little chunky boots and my little pants underneath. I've put a leopard belt on it, a big dramatic neck piece. It's my romance color, which is my tomato earthy brick red, and my skin tone neutral. So it's a nice mix of the neutral and the romantic color. And so this is what I'm wearing today. However, that same dress cut can be seen here for a winter palette with this lively floral and paisley and wrapped with a sash, and then a
What I
black.
like about these is that they would suit people of different types of coloring, because I'm working on a course on color analysis and color, and it's not just for people who have lively and bright coloring. There's some striking, there's some subtle, and there's a lot of romantic, and there's some youthful. And I think also they look extremely comfortable.
Very much so, very much so. I mean, this
Ooh, look at that.
dress, I mean, one doesn't have to wear the sash on it. It can, nor do they have to wear a tank top over theirs like I've chosen to do. I like lots of layers. Excuse me. I like a lot of layers, and I appreciate the weight that my autumn palette allows me. But this is a winter look for someone with a more dramatic, striking winter palette.
Right.
And that's the same dress that I'm wearing, but a different fabric, right? A different print, I should say. Over here, this gorgeous
Pretty.
is done with a hand print and natural dyes. It's all hand printed with a modal silk and an ombre lowered tier here. And it's very flowy and soft. And
Wait, that would be fantastic for so many events. It could be for going out to dinner. It could be for going to a summer outdoor event. If you wore it with slim black leggings or pants, it could be very dressy for the winter. It looks very, oh, you got something underneath. It'll be very, very versatile.
absolutely. We have this modeled and on our website and on my Instagram page by a woman who's really a summer fair palette, but she does wear black on occasion, and we made it work for her. So this is something that kind of straddles the two between summer and winter palettes. That's a really
Beautiful.
nice, light, flowy design. But I embrace India and its plenitude and multitude of offerings. There's
Yeah, they're beautiful. I mean, there are a lot of sari stores in this town, SARI.
yes,
And it's a style, it's pretty. They have many different kinds of fabrics, but it's a very specific style. But this takes it to fashion.
that's right. That's right. So it's taking all the beautiful fabrics and textiles that India has to offer and using contemporary Western sort of cuts and silhouettes, things that we'd wear over here. I dress a lot of women who are going to Indian weddings who don't feel comfortable wearing a sari, who don't feel comfortable wearing traditional Indian garb. I get it. It's a costume for most people.
Yeah.
But these are cuts that are really take into consideration a Westerner's perspective, but we utilize the beautiful textiles from India.
Beautiful.
I just have to point out this great necklace here.
That necklace is gorgeous. Look at that.
Isn't
Oh
that
my
something?
gosh.
Scorpions
Oh,
and pearls.
wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing. What an amazing necklace.
That's just
Show
wrong.
us. I'd love to see some more of the accessories and the jewelry
Yes. Well,
and the
here's,
scarves. Sure. Oh, you got one more to charge.
yep. This very full flared, it's a fitted bodice sleeveless dress. We call it the zip dress. It's a
Mm,
zip front. We wear these at, a lot of people wear them at weddings. This is something that I'm wearing or showing with a beautiful hand beaded bling shawl.
mhm.
But this dramatic piece, I was
Oh,
so
wow.
said dramatic, but we
That's epic. That's a real necklace. Oh my
have
goodness. Yeah.
amber resin studded with
Oh,
gemstones and strung with pearls and
mm.
tassels. Yeah, really, really
You know,
pretty.
the textures and the detail are just so fabulous. I, I feel so silly. I wore the closest thing to ethnic jewelry I have today.
And with
Oh, I love that.
oh, jewelry, look at the
Oh,
jewelry.
I love that.
Isn't that amazing with the
Mm,
pomegranate and the medallion, the mandala medallion. And we celebrate color every day in this shop. That is something that's just like a constant topic of conversation here.
uh,
And I love working with women who are open to have us discussing what types of colors work well on them.
yeah.
And the system I've mostly used is by season. I've studied a lot with Jennifer Butler in Los Angeles
Oh,
and learned her methodologies of seasons and colors. It's been very, very helpful in categorizing the shop, in getting people to focus on what works best for them. I mean, this rack that's right in front of us here hosts a rainbow of
mm.
tunic,
Oh, I love that. Perfect. Yes.
right? It's all
Gorgeous.
rainbow
Mm,
eyes, all silk, hand embroidered, hand dyed. And not everything has to be loud. We do some simple, subtle.
oh,
Isn't that
beautiful.
gorgeous? Hand embroidered silk and that beautiful midnight teal. And then I love making things in my workshop in India,
Mm.
one of a kind. This is a kimono made with
I'll just say here now for my readers, this would work for somebody who's subtle blended and striking with a little bit of earthy rich and has some angelic because of the sleep. What a gorgeous piece. What a gorgeous piece that would be, even on a more traditional outfit to wear that over it with a simple, tank underneath. That would
right.
just make it spectacular.
Thank you. I think it would too. It's got this beautiful
Mm.
hand dyed chivalry
Oh,
collar. It's a very unique color combination
yeah,
and it's a sophisticated one. It's not,
it's
it's not
beautiful.
something everyone understands, but the right person in this, they will
That's
shine.
right. That's right.
Yeah, so we do a lot of these simple kind of kimono cuts. Here's another one done with a traditional Indian fabric.
Oh, gorgeous.
Just
So that would work really nice for a striking contrast type. Really beautiful. Oh, very nice. Who would have some
flowy, soft.
classic and some high spirited. Beautiful.
Yes,
Oh,
classic
I can think
spirit.
of several of my readers and clients who would love that. I wish they lived here.
Okay,
Oh, how pretty.
isn't that pretty?
Very
It's
pretty for a lively bride and striking. Mm,
lively, bright, and striking.
mm,
Absolutely. All hand embroidered. This is a soft flowing viscose with a raw silk
mhm.
trim. Yeah. So
Now, you have a website. Do you ship things out?
absolutely.
You do.
Yes, yes. We can ship anywhere in the continental, I think to Hawaii, Alaska as well. And I have customers in Australia and in the UK, Canada. Just work with me outside of the website and we'll figure out what shipping is and we'll get it to you. No problem. But we're happy to send you something. If you
Wonderful.
can't
Well, I will
store,
definitely list your website on
thank
the
you.
video, link it to the video because this is so great. And obviously you can't have all these things on your website. So you probably have some curated.
Yes, bingo, exactly. We do not have them all. The pandemic allowed us to actually get a website going and an e-commerce website going. So we are slowly adding the collections to the website, which has been really a big labor of love, but we're so happy to be able to share it with the world, honestly.
Well,
We,
this is such a beautiful homage to a beautiful cultural. We've become so minimalist, which has its advantages. I understand that, but the art and the beauty gets lost in that. And I
I
want to
want,
encourage people to be adventurous and try something different. I think this is just gorgeous. Incredible.
yes, this is a proud collaborative production between Norma and I. We have this Firecat boot line that we've created, and we make these really unique, special boots out of Turkey. We design them and we have them made by a wonderful artisan. This is the Leopard Queen here, which is a really simple zip up the back. It has detachable jewelry chains. It's got leopard in the back and a tulip and a
That's
Tolian tulip in the
incredible.
front and a tread sole.
Oh, that's great. So they're
Right.
durable too.
Look at this one.
Oh,
This is the snow leopard. Same profile, slightly different colors. And then something a little more pointed in the toe and a little more classy would be this rose wine boot. And it's all leather lined, 100% leather lined, leather sole. Isn't that
beautiful.
gorgeous?
Beautifully made too.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Really proud. And then we have some over the knee tall.
Oh,
Look at these.
ah,
Zip up the back,
whew,
red soles, leather lined. I mean, hello. Every time
incredible.
I wear mine, the statement, the heads that turn, the people that just stop me, I love those boots. I think it's so excited. So
Those
we
are
have some short
amazing. I want to thank you so much. This is just a total delight, a visual delight, and you are a delight. And I hope this brings a lot of people into your store.
Thank you, Andrea. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today. And I'm here to welcome you all to Serrana when it's convenient for you to come by or see us online, serrana.com, serrahna.com. Thank you.
Terrific. Thank you so much.